According to the short-run Phillips curve, lower inflation rates are associated with blank. So in this situation, we're told to think about the short-run Phillips curve and highlight the relationship between lower inflation rates and one of the following. So to answer this question, let's consider the Phillips curve. So the Phillips curve looks like the following, where the x-axis represents the unemployment rate, and the y-axis represents the inflation rate, which we'll abbreviate as IF. And the curve looks like the following, where there is a downward sloping curve, which represents the short-run Phillips curve, or SRPC, and a vertical curve to represent the long-run Phillips curve, or the absence of a relationship between unemployment rate and inflation in the long run. Now, from this curve, we can see that as unemployment rate increases, inflation decreases, or as inflation increases, the unemployment decreases. So there's an inverse relationship between inflation rate and the unemployment rate. Now let's consider the answer choices. A. Higher unemployment rates. So this seems to be the correct answer because lower inflation rates, which would be some level down here, are associated with high levels of unemployment, because this curve is out here at this point. But a high level of inflation, which would be up here, is associated with a lower level of unemployment. So it is true that lower inflation rates are associated with higher unemployment rates. So A seems to be the correct answer. B. Higher government spending. This is incorrect because the short-run Phillips curve does not discuss or highlight anything about government spending, so we cannot assume that a lower inflation rate would be associated with higher government spending. C. Larger budget deficits. This is incorrect because, like B, the short-run Phillips curve does not discuss the spending or budget deficits, so C can also be eliminated. And then D, greater labor force participation rates, is incorrect because, as before, the short-run Phillips curve only discusses the inflation rate and the unemployment rate, and for this reason E is also incorrect. Therefore, the correct answer is A.